Hello everybody, Seeking a Story here, another episode of Dota 2 Weekly. Joining me in order is Mr. Tracer, also known as...
I don't know. What else am I known as?
Vec.
Oh, Assassin?
What?
I don't want to know. Vec, yes, Vec.
Oh, okay.
Armin, also known as Marco.
Yeah, whatever.
Mick, easiest
going?
one, also known as Mike. And Kelman, also known as Noah.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? I don't have a picture as of right now. We just spent, 50 minutes trying to get that going.
Hour and a half.
It felt more like 50 minutes to me, and it was unable to work. So
Computer illiterate over there.
I
Alright,
am
guys.
kind of computer illiterate.
Are you sad? Alright, let's go ahead and hop into this. Let's start off with last week's WPC-ACE tournament. I think, what was it? Last week we didn't manage to finish it up, but IG actually beat DK 4-1. Very nice.
Yeah, that was... I don't know if that's surprising to me. Like, IG's so strong. They've always been solid. They are solid, and especially if they're playing a team that has similar... I mean, because they do. DK, IG, they have really similar strats, and it's just... I mean, styles, I guess, is the best way to phrase it, and that just did not really surprise me that they kind of trounced them.
Well, the thing is, a big shocker for me on that one was that DK is... they beat DK by quite a bit. Newbie took third against Alliance. Alliance came at fourth. Let's see here. From there, let's finish that one up. We'll go over to the GosuCup. Did anybody get a chance to watch this?
No.
I did not.
Let's see here. Looks like Kingdom beat Arrow. That was pretty big. Titan also won against Invasion.
Titan and Arrow were kind of my favorites in there, too. Arrow's no slouch. Like, they're a solid team.
Well, yeah, Arrow's in the, what was it, the play-ins, aren't they?
Yeah, I think you're
I'm
right.
pretty sure they were one of the ones that were just automatically invited.
Southeast Asia. But we'll come back to them later. There's some pretty
When
big
were they
news
actually...
on-
Does anyone know when they were actually, like, brought into the scene? Because they weren't around this.
Nope,
this time
they
last year,
just
were
kind of popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, they, what was it? They started, like, middle of last year. They started after the internationals, I know that. Last year. So less than a year. And we actually, I think we covered that before. I just can't remember the specifics.
Yes, we did.
So, from there, round 2, Titan plays against Kingdom, beats them 2-0. Arrow comes back, beats Kingdom 2-0 in the lower bracket, and then Titan and Arrow play off, and Titan wins. Go figure, you know? Well, that's the thing, some of these big-name teams that are already in, just love watching them sweep some of these other teams. Kind of gives you an idea.
But I do love a good dark horse story where, like, you got someone come in and they're like, hey, who's this team? They're like, oh, they just wrecked Alliance. They just wrecked DK. You know, it's just, but I do. It is one of those, they solidify the fact that they got into the TI, and especially the ones that were invited, like, you're like, they're there for a reason. I understand that.
Yeah, oh yeah, the invites, for sure. Still think, I don't know, I'm still gonna have the thing about Liquid. Makes me sad.
Yeah.
There's still hope for you. There's still hope. The playing series haven't happened yet, right?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, well, Liquid's just got such a long way to go. I don't see them. Like, I don't
Well,
know
they
how they're
need
gonna
to
make it.
beat MVP,
Mhm.
CIS, and Virtus Pro.
I think Virtus Pro is probably gonna take last spot, if I had to be honest.
I think maybe CIS, they've been quite good, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I'm a big CIS fan.
I'm not a big fan either, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, we're going right through these. Let's move over to the summit.
I'm watching that.
Oh yeah, that one. How's
s-
the game currently going?
Shadow
It's
Fiend.
not up yet. The last game is going to be starting here soon.
Shadow Fiend versus Shadow Fiend, I think.
It was Ogre versus Ogre, then SF versus SF. So it was
Oh man, I can't believe they're doing the 1v1s. I guess whatever you can do to burn time, right?
I love watching the 1v1s. It's just one of those. It's the
So
little
rapid.
things that screw you over in that. It's great.
So, do you think they're gonna do a custom deathmatch map for the compendium thing?
Maybe,
I
who
don't know.
knows?
I'm
Maybe they're gonna reuse that one map that was only in the tutorial and never used again.
Mm,
Fair enough.
they could
Probably
do
give it a
something
new.
like that.
They'll probably put a new face on it, but yeah, probably just the model will be the same.
Yeah. So let's go to the summit. 6 teams that were there: DK, Navi, VG, Fnatic, EG, and NAR. We'll go through NARs here in a minute. This is going to be a good one.
Fake Navi. Fake Navi.
Really?
Okay.
We'll
So
go
let's-
through it.
let's-
We'll go through it in a minute.
Go down.
Let's go through the stats real quick.
They got
So,
fucking crashed. They got shot on so bad.
Navi, what was it? DK in the round robin is 4-0 or 4-1.
4-1.
DK's 4-1. Navi is 3-2.
3-2.
VG 3-2. All these are for seeding, of course. Fnatic was
2.
3-2. EG 2-3. And
Narvi!
Narvi.
Narvi!
Yeah,
we're just not gonna. We're not gonna.
0-5.
No, we're calling this team gnarly. That's it.
That's when Navi US was playing Navi EU. They called Navi US Narvi for like North Americans. It was Narvi. That's what they're calling it.
It's so
amazing.
bad.
It's so
So,
But
I-
the team is actually made up of pretty good people.
we're not.
Yeah,
we're
I
not
mean,
gonna. We're
North
not gonna be
America-
able to go through the stats, are we?
They just got shot on. That's the mildly way to put it.
Oh man. Okay, so DK wins against Fnatic after the seeding. VG beats Navi, so DK and VG top. Round 2 in the lower brackets. Let's see here. EG and Fnatic. EG wins. Navi versus Navi. Oh man. Navi, yeah. Navi wins. So Navi US loses. We'll go for that. But they actually did win
Win the match.
They won against their counterparts, which we'll go into briefly here in a minute. EG beats Navi in the lower bracket, sending them against VC in the upper bracket.
Who lost
DK
to
beats VG, which sent them to the lower bracket. And then they went against EG. So
And
now we're waiting
finals.
on DK versus EG, which
We'll start in about like 10 minutes or so.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is going to be really good. I'm going to watch the shit out of that.
This tournament has been not just like fun to watch. It's just been run very well. Like this has been a very enjoyable tournament.
I
to go
love Beyond the Summit. Like every time I get a chance to watch, because
Yeah.
they're always playing, they're always doing.
There's like they have very good quality. They're like mastering it quite.
Yeah, and where else do you get to, get to watch all the good casters like year round too? So
Yeah.
it really helps.
No, they're good.
So, okay, you guys have, like, completely, I can tell everybody's kind of nipping at it. Let's go over it. NAR, or Navi North America now.
Narvi! Narvi!
Gnarly. They're gnarly, man.
People starting to explode at this point. So, what ended up happening? Navi ends up taking the entirety of NAR, except for their off player, I think. Who was their stand-in?
Let's see.
Trying to think.
Are 1437s with them?
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
from NAR except for their
Yeah.
stand-in. Their
That's
entire
crazy.
their entire team, which is what, like 1437, Fogger, Korok, yeah,
Sneaking.
Sneaking and Brax.
Sneaking.
I can't remember who their last player was. I mean, he didn't play that much anyways, but
Yeah, I'm trying to remember who the original.
They better
NAR.
get back to fucking NAR or they're gonna cry so much.
well, NAR I think is done. I think NAR is just over with.
Really?
Yeah,
But I guess I'm coming in late to this. So wait, so NAR, let's just
Was
go
bought
back.
essentially sponsored and bought by the guy who owns Navi.
Yeah.
He owns Navi and he owns another.
So does
He
this
owns
mean
two
that
teams.
NAR is
So
gonna
what does that
become
mean for the
Navi?
international? Because they were the guaranteed spot, right? Isn't that the thing?
Yeah.
They beat Team Liquid, they got in, but
Yeah,
technically
but
they changed.
it doesn't. The team's still the team. It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just changed their
They
name.
just changed their name. Just like if they were to get a sponsor, they can add a sponsor in anytime. They just change their name.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess it is what it is.
Bismic was the last person.
There we go. Yeah. And he's, as far as I know, he's not a part of this new team.
No, he is not.
Kind of a thing going into the finals as well. EGs Fear is not playing due to an injury, so that kind of puts
he
him
sprained his thumb.
Is that
Yeah,
really
like
what happened?
He's got like
I honestly hope
he's got
it
like a
is.
tennis elbow thing where he can't it's literally sitting there for that. It's just keeping it in that same position. It's that painful for him where he's like, I just got to he's like, if I did it, I wouldn't be playing as well as I needed to for the team. So he stepped back.
I guess. I just...
So is that
Big man.
is that long term, or is that going to be like a couple games? Hopefully,
He's out for the international. Like he's coaching the team for the international.
Really?
You know what that means, though, for for the international? Oh God! Wow. Well, I'm happy I picked. I got a swap to do in the in our fantasy league. By the way,
Yeah,
Nick.
has
Just-
I'm not letting it happen.
I have fear.
Oh,
it's
can do
fine.
that.
It's fine, Zeke. You don't get points for him.
Oh man, nobody gets points for him apparently. Wow,
Thank
that's
God I didn't get him.
ridiculous.
I'm kind of happy now that I didn't get him for my league. Wait, crap, did I get
That's
him?
kind of crazy. But going
Yeah.
back, he
I'm good.
became hugely popular after that. The movie came out with him and who was it? Him, Dendi, and who was the last one that was sponsored in that, or was
From
like,
IG.
It wasn't Mushi. It was
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
It was
Him.
yeah.
that stinks. I mean, he was an American favorite for sure.
yeah, he's
that-
seeking a casting position for TI4.
Well, he might actually get it. He's one of the best casters that
He's great.
Summit
I think
has.
he's going
He's
to
fun
coach.
to listen to.
I think he's going to
Yeah.
coach, and then he might coach the team through. I guess now, not cast. But I guess if he's not, the team's not playing, he can always cast too.
Yeah, I hope he casts. So DK versus EG, which should be. I'll actually have the stats by the time this video goes up. So how do you guys feel about the Navi NA team?
I feel like the same as I felt about NA, apparently. I mean, NAR.
Yeah, I don't know. So confusing.
It's the same team, so I feel the same about them.
Well,
I got to figure out because this is going to drive me crazy. Because there's a guy who owns Navi. He also owns another team, and now he owns Navi US. So there's it's like the most successful guy in esports right now, ownership wise.
It's gonna become a monopoly. Everything's gonna be Navi at one point or another.
well, it's kind of been Navi though.
Navi's the only team to go top 2 in every single international.
Yeah, and then what does this do for NAR as far as
They get a sponsor, which means more money, I guess.
Very
And
big
They have
sponsor.
paid, and they get paid trips to participate in tournaments.
yeah, let's let me check the internationals real quick. What does this do as far as
Nothing's been updated yet.
well, that's the thing, NAR, so NAR is going into the American bracket as Navi NA now, so it's going to be really confusing.
Well, yeah.
I mean, the people that are watching it are well aware of what's happening.
Right. Well, I mean, the people that have been watching it a long time, but then you got to think. So I love NAR. I mean, we're all American. Well, most of us are American. We think that they're kind of the really good team for America right now. Right?
Yeah, Armin, we're all American.
Well, I said most. I corrected.
Uh-huh.
But But can the American stack up against the European and Asian Dota? I mean, sure, we could talk about it, but if they're knocked out in the
Asian,
first round,
yes.
it doesn't matter. You know.
Well,
I mean,
we're talking about
We're
Right,
gonna
yeah.
just mention this again.
And so far,
Asian Dota, yes, they're gonna beat Asian Dota. Europe
well,
Dota,
even Asian
no.
Dota is just showing that they're beating, the
they
European
beat Alliance.
Dota.
They
Well,
beat Alliance in
we
WPC.
talked about this last week.
I
And that
get
was the
that.
fact that I'm still convinced, because we talked about European Dota, American Dota, it's all about disruption.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Chinese, Asian Dota, all of when they play, the Malaysians,
stable.
all of them, the gears turn, the cogs work, it's all grease, and everyone shows up at 60 minutes, and whoever farmed faster wins. What they were doing in European and America, it's the disruption side, but I'm still convinced that right now, teams like Alliance, teams like Navi, all of them, they're not going to pull their big tricks out yet, and when they get to the international, they're going to have these huge strats to just completely disrupt it. And right now, I mean, all these tournaments are pocket change compared to the freaking ridiculous prize pool, which was like 9,400,000 right now. It's
Nine-
insane.
nine
but
million.
right now,
Insane.
if you don't bring out the strategies now, they're not strategies; they're theories.
Yeah.
Like you think
They
you've
have
never-
scrim. Oh, but they're
but still.
professional. This is all they do. If you and I sit down and we're like, oh, does this lane work? That's a strategy. Like that's a theory. When they do it, they're like, okay, I've tried this. This is my freaking life. Like this is all I do. It's my job to know if this is going to work.
However,
Yeah,
there is
like-
if you I mean the summit, like seeing some of the games from the summit, and watching like DK go, they disrupt pretty well they disrupt the European teams pretty well. They would focus the carries down, and they would just have people roaming and taking them out while their carry is farming and stuff like that. So they have been able to shut down, and that's why DK right now is at the end, end of the line with the EG.
Now that's the thing. I'm surprised. EG, one, being a person down, but two, just everything else managed to make it even from the lower bracket.
Yeah.
I
All of it
expected
fun
it to
to
be
watch.
I expected it to be DK and VG again, but EG beat them. I mean,
EG is just such a good team for playing from behind the back. I mean, they play against the Giants, and I mean, they just stand toe to toe.
well, I expect that out of Fear, but Fear being away, it kind of makes me wonder with what is the new one that they have, the stand-in, Peter Pandem. I don't even know anything about this guy.
Well, I mean,
Well,
speaking
you
of
will.
stand-ins, the guy who's playing with Fnatic.
hmm
What's his name? It's not is it Excalibur or crap? What's his name? Yeah,
I'm
it's
pretty sure
Excalibur.
it's not
Pretty
crap.
sure it's Excalibur.
Mhm.
He's
Give me 2 seconds.
he played this free farming tinker and just wrecked. Like, I mean, sometimes these stand-ins, they're there for a reason. This guy was kind of like Admiral Bulldog, where he was just a pub star for a while and like could lone druid the crap out of But this guy, they're like, hey, let's play with him. They needed a stand-in, and they put him in the safe lane tinker, and he just
You want to farm? He's like, sure.
yep. Do you want to sit there farm and then all of a sudden E-Blade everyone? Yes. He went E-Blade first with 1 level of Dagon and then went in for the level 5 Dagon because he was like, why not?
Fuck it. I can do this. Why not?
Did anybody watch the DKVC game?
No. No, I didn't. I haven't gotten to that one.
I heard that one was a pub stomp, the other one meh.
Let me look here. I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
fairly certain I saw him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because, what was it? Because VC actually got the Bat Rider and lost, but I think they were dooming out the Bat Rider the whole time.
Yeah.
Or disrupting the target that gets lassoed.
Yeah, they were dooming out the Bat Rider and disrupting and all this other crap, and it was pretty bad from what I heard. And
The second game, was a bit of a stomp, I believe.
Was it the second one? I thought it was the first. But yeah,
The second one is where they have the Bat Rider.
Yeah, the second one's right. And so anyways, EG, which started off in the lower bracket, just the whole way, lower bracket, because they weren't, I guess because, they weren't, they weren't invited, they played 10, that's what it was. So, So EG and Navi, then I can't believe they beat Navi so handedly. Either to go to play against VC.
That's I mean, they were able to like throw Navi's carry off track long enough for their carry to outfarm.
Yeah, and he also played some pretty. I didn't expect him to play Racer. Let's just put it at that.
Yeah, that's not a real Havosti kind of carry.
Right?
Yeah.
You do what you can when they get the bans.
Neither is Invoker for Funnick.
So what was it? So EG managed to make it all the way. DK and EG. Is the game started yet?
The game,
I
no,
don't think so.
Check.
Man.
they're doing
Nope.
Invoker versus Invoker.
Oh man.
Well, let's take a while.
They're gonna run out of run out of heroes eventually. All right, so back to it.
Then it's gonna be Techies versus Techies unreleased.
Techies.
The internet would shut down. Like, you would break the internet if that happened.
Wow,
Broke the internet.
I'm gonna
That's
love
what it
that.
is.
So, did you ever figure out who it was that owns Navi and owns the other?
Someone mentioned it, and I can't remember because basically, like, for the last 2 internationals, he's had 2 teams in the running. Like, if I heard correctly, so it's just like more money for him.
Let me see who owns. Not seeing it anywhere.
It used to be a Counter-Strike team.
Oh, I know that, but I'm trying to think. Navi. Well, whoever the hell it is, they're lucky as can be.
Or we can just say this: money, money, money.
Yeah.
Zero Gravity is their manager.
No, I don't think Zero Gravity is going to be.
Sponsors: Tesoro. Tesoro, SteelSeries, and Kingston. I don't know. Alright, it's alright.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
In the end, doesn't matter. So, any other final thoughts before we move on about the North American Navi?
I didn't know their name actually was Latin.
Yeah, it's Latin.
Born to win.
Born to win.
If I created a name, I'd name it Obsiste Mortai.
Oh, there we go. Alright.
Decently morbid.
Obesity.
No. Face death.
Oh, man. Okay. Start talking about the internationals a little bit coming up, as we always do.
We skipped about the passport thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's part of the international.
Yes.
Fine.
So, 4 of the 5 Aero Gaming players denied visas to the U.S. Oh, man. I don't know what this means, but...
Well, they're just gonna take a little bit longer to get here. They'll be
We have a lot of
fine.
time.
Yeah, I mean they'll be fine by the time the international hits. They'll be
Yeah, Valve's
all
backing
squared
them
away.
So, we're talking
Yeah.
about U.S. government here in, like, what?
Yeah, I mean
40
it happens
days?
all the time with YouTubers trying to go to like E3 and stuff like that are from different countries and they get held up because passports or mix-ups and stuff like that. But they plan it so far ahead of time that if something happens like this, that they'll just get the support they need.
I'm gonna
Yep.
read this. I'm gonna read this excerpt real quick.
Sure.
The international 4 SEA qualifier winner Aero Gaming suddenly found the IT trip in jeopardy after 4 of their players had U.S. visas denied. So
Give any information about it? Like,
it just says here that let's see here. I posted on Facebook. Looks like the only one that got it was Johnny Lee.
Because he's old enough, unlike the others.
Yeah. Let's see here. They're reapplying for a second interview. Valve's going to try to provide better documents. Are also visas issued on last year's international fellow Malaysian team, Orange. course. Wasn't there a similar? Yeah, there was a similar issue last year.
Yeah.
That caused kind of the same thing.
A bunch of major tournaments have had it. I remember like there were players trying to go to like Russia, trying to go to China. Like every tournament's got a few of them where they just doesn't work out.
Well,
That
you know,
stinks.
it's still crap. Like, totally crappy. Because that means that, well, I mean, this actually puts Arrow's chances in jeopardy. And on top of that, if not everybody can get...
Oh, yeah, it just says...
It definitely
in
puts
case
them in
that
jeopardy.
in case they fail to acquire their visas on time, it's likely that another team will be added from the wild card pool.
That's what I was worried about.
Yeah,
Wait, so who do we think's not going to make it?
Arrow.
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 That's if they don't get their visas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. They don't get their visas, they don't get to play.
Yeah, and that means that maybe Liquid or MVP or CS or Virtus Pro get a second shot.
We'll see if that really comes into play, though.
Yeah. I
You
mean,
know, I mean-
I feel like they'll get it and it'll be fine.
Well,
Right,
what's
I mean-
the time? I mean, we're coming up. We're on we're on Beyond the Summit already, and the internationals are coming up quick. I
Yeah,
hope.
but if it comes down to it, they'll just give them temporary visas or something. I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's still revenue, so I don't think that it's really going to become that big of a thing. Especially because a big corporation like Valve is, kind of sponsoring this. I mean, worst case scenario, they just kind of push it along.
All right, so moving on, we're gonna go to the internationals. What is the compendium at now? How much money we at?
We
Like
are at
point something.
Point something.
point something of not even like $1.
See,
9,038,610.
I think we had this discussion earlier. What is gonna happen when we hit 10 million? Nobody thought this
Nothing.
was gonna happen. You think it's a...
I don't think that. I'm like, oh, congrats, you reached 10 million. I don't know what else to do.
I was gonna say, here, we made an extra immortal item just for you.
Yeah.
I
It's gonna slowly
know.
back
They-
off
they-
into the shadow.
They can't.
No, 10 million right now. 10 million. It says unlocks the ability for you to perform a voice taunt with your hero in the early stages of the game. They have a 10 million thing.
I mean, after
Right.
10, I'm
After
saying
10
we're
That's
gonna...
what you're saying after. You'd
After.
be like, we're gonna have fireworks.
At this
Pretty
rate,
much, they're gonna run out of shit.
Everybody gets a free trip to the international.
You get a car and you get a car.
well, at this rate, everybody's paying for a car.
If they do pay everyone, it'd be nice if they give a random 2,000 players a free trip to international. That'd be nice.
They couldn't fit 2,000. I can't remember what the seating is for the
Quite
theater
low.
in Seattle, but it's
Oh.
it's in the it's got to be under 10, or it's probably like 4. The point is that it's probably
Sure,
under
it's-
10,000.
I didn't say. I said 2,000, not 20,000.
Well, you'll just have people they'll just create a monitor outside the facility,
I have
then
a
you just have
monitor-
people sitting out in their cars and then sitting on their cars just watching the international from the outside.
I have a monitor inside my own facility that does the same thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's not
there's
as
no
fun.
sweat. It's not hot.
Yeah, I mean, you have people going to football games doing the same thing.
Yeah,
This
there's no
is
point.
literally the same.
Well, there's a difference between watching it live and watching it,
It's live.
No, watching it live and watching it on TV.
Live.
You get what I
My
mean.
thing is,
I have an idea.
next year, what in the world are they even going to begin doing next year? We're going to add another alternate voice. We're going to add another hero challenge.
Well, next year, I mean,
First-
next year they'll have the same top 10 things. Music pack, courier.
Courier, yes.
Yeah,
yeah, that stuff. But I mean, some of the
boosters
stuff that they added, the kill banners and stuff like that, they're not going to do that again.
No, they're gonna have to. They'll figure something out.
What they're gonna
they'll
do
find
after
little ways to monetize. You'll have your own. I don't know.
what they're gonna
custom
do after
UI
10
for the
million.
main menu.
After 10 million, they're
Everyone
gonna
gets a
all
free
the
trial.
all the money is gonna go to give to hire a guy to
Or
sit
to
for a
charity.
year and have ideas about what they're gonna do next year.
Zeke, you're not supposed to tell them about my new position yet.
Oh man.
Like they just give you the game, and then you're like, find ways to make money out of this, cosmetically.
No, you're mixing up Activision with Valve. Please don't.
Yeah. Well,
But,
that's the thing. Oh, speaking of,
Well, I mean, you'll have the main menu is going to be customizable with their own skins that you can buy from the store.
mm-hmm.
The
Do that.
the options menu you can customize with new skins.
Oh, I'm waiting
you'll
for my
have-
custom building, by the way.
What is
Wait,
it? Your
did we hit that goal?
Say again?
Did we hit that goal?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, wow. I want my building.
There's a
No,
whole
I
list
want-
of them
I
that we
want the
still need
next
to
one.
get.
Oh, I want this number 28. I want the alternate creeps when you destroy Drax.
Yeah, but you have to realize that we haven't gotten the other ones first, so it's going to be a long time before they actually make that.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna take them a while.
Yep.
Plus, they're working on techies.
Now techies, man. Oh man, I can't wait.
It's my pit lord, goddammit. I want to globally teleport everyone like I'm Tinker, and say hi.
Hi.
And then it goes,
Best way to gank a Tinker. He starts teleporting, you ulti with pit lord, and everyone teleports there. Shit's given 0.
That's
oh
funny.
man, miss the good old days.
Oh, quick update. It's TA versus TA now.
We really don't care about that.
Oh wow. All right, so on what was the other thing that was added here recently, other than the immortal items? Which,
The daily challenge.
the daily challenge. There we go.
challenge.
There it is. And have you guys talked about the 10 hero challenge yet?
Yeah, we did that
been there,
first
done
time around.
Time ago.
No.
Nah.
Well, sorry, I'm coming late to the party, but yeah, the daily hero challenge. So, talking about that, guys. Have you really done it, or
Yes,
Yeah,
it
who
is.
really keeps up on it? Well, I mean, I'm
do.
sure we've all done it a little.
I've only missed one hero because I couldn't finish him in 24 hours.
I
Uh,
haven't because I just random all the time.
Played.
I failed with my Rubik. I failed with my PA. One with my anti-mage and one with my... what
Well, you
else
can
do
play
I have?
multiple times, right?
You get 25 points every time you play?
No,
Every time you
Yeah.
win.
every time you win.
But you can only win once. to get
Yeah,
the point.
you.
Yeah.
And then you complete it. Because otherwise it doesn't count.
Yeah,
Especially
I'm trying to think here. I thought I had one more hero that I won with. It was like...
It's only you could it's only been up for like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 5 completed challenges. Next time I'll be able to do it in 12 hours and 14 minutes.
Yeah, I think mine's actually
After-
ready to go.
In an hour, I'll be able to re-roll or
I
roll
think
my
I could
fifth.
reroll right now.
Reroll.
Probably do that.
So what are the remaining things we have to get to as far as our compendiums?
What do you
Stretch
mean is in...
goals?
Stretch goals and what do we have that's not out yet?
Oh, hold on. let me look.
Links.
Well, we haven't gotten
No, the
our
stuff that
pudge
they haven't
carrier.
given us. Let's see. Battle points we've got, the treasures we've got. We haven't gotten the new skin for the bird. The
No music.
emoticons, have they come
Where?
yet?
I don't think so.
Wait.
Oh,
All
new
Rainbow
music.
Deathmatch, the mini pudge courier, the music pack.
Hey, guys.
Unlock new environmental effects for the Dota map. I haven't
I
seen
want
those
that.
yet.
Where is that?
It's number
Hey,
13.
re-add me to the call. I fixed something.
Does his camera finally work?
I doubt it.
Customize your base. The alternate voice stuff still needs to be
Yeah.
made.
We
No,
got-
we still
yep.
can't see you, Kelman.
What?
Multi-kill banner, the reworked model.
The arcane?
Oh,
There's a
Calvin.
lot of stuff that hasn't been added.
Yep.
A lot.
Okay, what are the last 2 stretch goals?
The last 2 was one of them is like
No,
you can
last 2 to go.
track your. Well, we have 3 to go technically. You have new models, then you have the new quest system that'll track your progress.
And then the ability to
And-
perform a voice taunt with your hero early stages in the game.
Can't wait.
Woo!
So
Now, if I can actually say something to someone, if I can perform a voice taunt, I'm in. If I can hit a button and yell something to someone in the early stages of the
I think
game,
that's what it is.
that is worth $10 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's what it means.
Oh my god, yes.
I'm gonna have a word that sounds a lot like vacuum.
Like, yeah, so like for the first like few minutes of the game, you're able to talk like to everybody in like the game, or like proximity or something like that.
I figured just a person
How-
you kill. It's maybe
Oh.
after kill. That's
Yeah?
why.
Yeah.
Hey!
Only in the early stages of
Well-
the game.
It's loading. I'm preemptively copying.
Everyone's got it? Yeah?
Hey!
This guy.
Oh, Kelman.
Nope. Nope.
I got Taylor's laptop. Nailed it.
Clever girl.
I don't know why I didn't think of that 40 minutes ago.
So that does it for this episode.
That should have actually been done. Honestly, that should have been done.
Oh man. All right. So,
Yeah.
Edit that at the end.
so do we have anything else that we want to talk about before we head out?
Nope.
We're
We,
done. Okay,
we're
so
out.
when is the next fight thing? The
Next fight thing.
wild card. When's that played?
Well, right before. You're talking about the wild card for the 4 that are left.
International.
Yeah.
I think next
That's
week.
right. I thought the the wild card playoff was right before the international though.
Or at international, quote unquote.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a countdown to it, isn't there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got what? The play-in qualifiers. Let me look here. I actually have it up. Main event take place Key Arena in Seattle. So I don't know what the seating is for that, by the way. But at least now we know where it's at. Details be revealed. Don't they have? Yeah, I think the wild cards get played. Wild card gets played at the internationals.
Yeah, it gets played at it.
Yeah.
I didn't know
But
that.
it doesn't
So they invite all the teams that are.
Yeah, everybody that is like all the people that have won so far are now going to Seattle, and then they have the wild card before, like in Seattle, and then whoever wins that is going to be the 16th position in the
And the
actual
rest just get to
tournament.
watch. The rest
Yeah,
get
the
to
rest
watch.
get to watch or go home, whichever they want.
Okay, so predictions. Who do we think is going to make it? Do we think
Either
Navi is
one.
going to continue their
Which one?
their domination streak?
They're either going to be
Have we
first or
talked about this?
second, or not anywhere near.
Yeah, you know what? At this point, as much crap as I've seen, I'm gonna change my prediction to DK, especially with Fear.
Really?
Yeah, I'm really.
And DK, I mean, right now DK and Evil Geniuses are going to be battling it out here pretty soon, so you get to see that.
Right?
And
Also
then-
tells me that Sequel changed his mind after EG.
We already saw VG defeat Navi, right? Yeah, and EG defeated Navi.
No, I hope Mick's right and they have some baller strategy that they can use. But
Oh yeah, they definitely could be hiding something.
Okay, I'm predicting. Who are we predicting next year is going to be for Dundee?
Right now,
Wait,
That's
what?
correct.
like
The
the
next
like the
hero?
hero that he's going to use the most, or just like some crazy hero.
It's always something
well,
retarded.
kind of like he had Pudge.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty much.
Puck then.
Well,
Fuck.
but I
You
mean,
have
he's done
in-
Invoker. He's done a lot of people. Like he's solid. He can throw him whatever the heck he wants. Nothing will ever touch his Pudge, just because he's so absolutely
I still
chaotic.
want
with
to
that
see
thing.
his Wisp middle again. It's been a
Well,
while
you
since
know,
I saw that.
Pudge is probably like his least played hero now.
Yeah, but he plays him only on rare occasions.
Yeah, I mean he played him just like for
On- National, pretty much, last time.
yeah he played it. He played him
he's
for
a niche
show.
pick. He's
mostly,
always a
yeah.
niche pick.
Right? But I mean, and it's just like what they did last year, especially during like or not the qualifiers, but the before the actual international, like the prelims.
Yeah.
Like just to make it so the crowd went crazy, they picked Pudge. Every time they pick Pudge, the crowd goes crazy. You know. So
You watched the international. You saw when they had the Pudge Chan combo. Like every time there was a fountain hook, the entire stage was like.
I'm so
Right?
sad they took that out.
Crazy.
That was such a fun thing to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An interviewer just straight up asked him, "Do you think it's cheating?" And he's like, "I'm not willing to say it wasn't cheating." It was hilarious.
I'm not saying that it was wrong, but I'm just not saying it's right.
I'm not saying I
I
wouldn't.
mean, it's in the game, right?
That's it.
Yeah.
If it's in, it's still legit.
Well, what's in the game now that's kind of broken? Well, I mean, yeah. So what do we have now? So they took
Lich,
out the hot
Aga.
star. Wait, what?
Lich is Aga onto Ancients.
I don't know
Does
if
that
that's.
work?
Yeah, but I
Works
mean,
on-
there's so many ways to
Cool.
defuse it. All you need is one like treant or one dominated creep, and it's done. Like there's ways to defuse that bomb.
Yeah, pretty easy. But I was the one that I think ran in with a hero and with 3 different ones trying to pull it off, and like got repeatedly like beat down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything that's just inherently broken right now. I'm not coming up with a big list.
Well, I
right
mean,
now, I think whenever Axe can just ultimate through dazzles, that is a little broken.
No.
And I think,
That's
That's
all.
fair.
That's been forever.
but
I know.
That's not like
I
a.
think that's fair.
It's just ulti, it happened to him. Ignore
I
it.
I still think it's broken every time I see it because I mean something's gonna be broken either way in that situation though. It's either Dazzle's ulti is or Dazzle's Shallow Grave is broken or
I don't think
his
it's
ulti.
Broken is something that is unfair. Like that's just a mechanic. That is just the
Well,
way.
I mean, what like with that though, Dazzle his like Shallow Grave prevents you from going like no matter what from going below 1, but the exception to that rule is Axe. But because no matter what for him, as long as you're below this threshold, you win.
Yeah, it just depends on which one
Because
you
you're
want to
on-
have the preference.
Yeah.
And
okay, one thing that I think is broken then, Morphling being able to phase shift while in Chronosphere.
You know
Shouldn't
what
be allowed to happen.
You know what I think's broken? BKB not working in a Chronosphere.
What about
I actually agree with you on that. I think if
what
you
about
have
black hole?
you should be able to move in the Chronosphere. at
Well, the
least.
difference is that if I pop my BKB and then you chrono me, then I can, I can't move. But if
But, I
I'm
mean,
sitting
it's
in a,
It's
if
not
I
like it,
BKB before a black hole, I'm fine.
But then there are other ultis that go through it, like Beastmaster
Yeah.
Shout and things. You know, I mean,
it all depends on the type of damage
Yeah.
that's being done, and like he's literally just stopping time in that area.
Yeah, I'm fine with it especially because of black hole, it works. I mean, BKBs and black holes, it's just the same thing. I mean, there's just some things that Pudge Hook goes or Pudge Dismember goes through BKB. There's just certain things that do. It's just the way
The
it
thing
is.
It's because they're like the
Well,
different damage types.
The stun goes through. I don't think the damage goes through.
Yeah, just the stun goes
Yeah.
through.
The stun.
The
So
stun
the
is.
thing is, most of them are just single target for that reason.
What about
Treant.
Mags?
Yeah,
Ulti-
Treant,
Treant.
Mags ulti.
Bane. Well, I
Sure.
mean, there needs to be some things that go through BKB. You know, I mean, it's not BKB just can't be the end all be all. But
Well, that's
one
'cause
thing that I think
BKB
is
BKB is to fight magic, not to fight physical. Like you
Right,
get
but at
other
this-
things to fight physical damage, and if you have an ulti that does physical damage and that will go through BKB because it's not meant for that.
right. But what do you guys think in this last in this last patch? Omni Knight's Ag Scepter being allowed to go global.
That's good.
I
That's
think
fine.
that was.
You're
I
okay
thought
with
it,
that?
I thought
Yeah, I
it went
think that's-
global on 7.
I don't think it's used enough right now, but I think long term, if people actually start using that, you're immune to to physical damage.
no,
for,
hold
like,
on.
9 seconds.
The
Oh, you know what's
global-
broken?
You're right, Seek. That's been for a long time.
Yeah, that's 6.79.
Like 5 patches ago. But the thing about
Five?
that is, I have no idea. Don't even ask me. The thing is about that, it's not broken as much it is that you can use the ulti and repel someone and the ulti still stays.
Yeah.
the other way
Now,
around is
now,
not
if we're gonna
correct.
talk about OP 6.81, what about Abaddon?
Yeah. No one gets hacks on that hero,
Coddle,
so.
Lich.
That's the thing is Coddle. That's one where you
Coddle's
can actually
being
farm ag.
actually used.
Giving Omni enough farm to get an ag, giving Abaddon enough farm to get ag. That doesn't happen a lot in the positions they're run, so it doesn't see a lot of play. That's why it's not that people don't pick them. It's just that for them to actually get a scepter, it's a lot.
What would Ricky's axe do?
Make him double invisible.
It doesn't.
I
you remember that?
He doesn't leave
Yeah.
invisibility, no matter what.
Yeah, you have
Cover
to
it.
have a gem or something
Yeah.
to watch out. Like he can attack you even while invisible, and always
He does bonus damage from the front and behind.
rapist.
Do you guys think that Terrorblade's unbalanced right now? You really don't feel unbalanced.
No, he got balanced the last patch. The fact
But
that
he's still
Yeah.
not. He's not balanced enough to go in captain's mode.
well, that's because you have to wait. But I mean, his win rate.
Yeah,
One
he's still super squish.
I can still play him effectively, so fuck everyone.
Yeah,
Until
see-
you.
Just get BKB and you'll fine. If they get burst damage, just get BKB. If they get Lina, you're fucked. That's general gist of playing Terrorblade now. If they pick Kalina, you're fucked either way. If they pick Kalan, get BKB and you don't care.
Well, so. So, what about some of the predictions? Since qualifiers are coming up, what are some of the predictions just based on some of the other tournaments?
Qualifiers.
Well,
Nobody.
so like the play-in series.
No, I mean just from the other tournaments, like
Oh, just the other tournaments.
WPC,
Alright, well,
the Summit, and all that. Who do you see as your big,
Between-
big people making it to semifinals, quarterfinals, finals? Who do you think are
well,
going to be the
right
big
now I'm
teams?
watching the finals, so I'll go with.
I mean, for
That's-
the internationals.
Oh,
Yeah, who do you
I
see?
think Navi is going to be top 2 again.
I'm hoping
I
they
just-
aren't.
I just love Navi. Like,
I don't think this is going to happen. But do you want to hear what I really want to see?
Go ahead.
Cloud9 Navi final.
Now, I think it's going to be
That
like
would be the
Cloud9.
best final ever.
Cloud9 DK, I think, is going to be
No,
one of those things.
Newbie Cloud9. Newbie Cloud9.
Newbie's kind of been knocked out here and there lately. I could see Empire doing some good. Like, I could see Empire doing some real
do- we
damage.
can
I'm
see
gonna go. DK is gonna probably be top, at least top 3.
they've been top 3 past 2 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, DK's been pretty heavy.
Well, top 4 or something. What were they last year? Does anyone remember?
We can. I have no idea.
And don't forget about the Russians, man. DK. Or not DK, Empire.
And Russians really aren't the best at Dota.
Soviet
No
Russia.
I can vouch for that.
Russia.
Well, we didn't think that Brazilians were that good until what was the name of the team in the playoffs that they're in the American playoffs
I don't know. They didn't win. I don't know.
qualifiers. Let me look.
They still didn't win. Like,
No, they were everybody CBN.
CNB.
Or CNB. Yeah, they were doing ridiculously good the first day. Like their first, I think they won 4 or 5. Find it here. Yeah,
Then
sorry,
got
they
tricked.
won 4, and all 4 were on the first day. Like they came
Yeah,
out of
so-
nowhere, stuff like that. So I mean, they're getting up there, and Russians and all that. I think they're Russian and Ukrainian technically, Empire, and they've always had a high standing.
isn't that what Dendi's Ukrainian, isn't he? So
Yes, it is.
Yeah, see.
I don't know. Who do you guys think the best Dota player? I mean,
Entertainment-wise or best
or
player?
Nick, don't you think it's Sing Sing? Isn't that who you
I
favor?
like watching him. I don't think he's the best. I mean, I love people like Denny and Sing Sing who they're dynamic.
They're just
players.
entertainers. We
Exactly.
already talked about this once. They're entertainers.
My favorite's not even in the tournament anymore. I'm pissed.
I like Admiral Bulldog. Watching him go.
Yep, agreed.
Oh my God, you Alliance bandwagons.
Yeah. And you know what? Nobody said anything about Alliance until last year.
Right? Yeah, well, they didn't exist until last year, so that makes sense why it didn't
Yeah.
No one
come
talked
out.
about Admiral Bulldog until last year. Well, that's because he was a pub star and then won millions of dollars.
You won. As a pop star.
Oh yeah,
He was.
hey,
That's how they found him. He was an offlaner, and they just had him go on. Didn't Dendy find him? Like he played with Navi as a
And
stand-in. As an-
Hypothetically, in the future, Arrow Gaming could win this year, and then next year, everybody's talking about how Arrow Gaming's gonna win, and they're like, nobody talked about them until last year.
Well, yeah, I
and
mean,
nobody talked about Arrow until they were in the international, or
Yeah.
until they were in the qualifiers.
No, nobody talks about them until they fucking raped everyone.
But at that level of play, it's just all about having good days and bad days. You know what I mean? Because they're all. I mean, there are some players that are just so far above, but they're all so good that, like, you know, if one team's just having a bad day or a bad move, then the game changes. You know what I mean? It only takes one bad team fight to lose you a game. So I'm really interested in seeing how that goes. You know, I'm really looking forward to seeing the throws, if that makes sense. I mean, it sounds bad, but I want to see the throws.
I'm waiting for the divines.
The
I
divine.
call it 12.
Divines normally come right before or after throw. You know, it's like, crap, we threw. Get a divine. Or maybe this is the
Get a
good
divine and GG it. If it doesn't, that's the only time you saw it last year is I remember one specifically was Lone Druid, his bear, grabbed a divine after they got raxed and just like went straight for the throat, and then they lost it and they lost the game.
There we go. All right, guys.
Last year, when our team was very down and like Cleans got divine and just raped everyone for like a good 2 minutes, then died.
No, it sounds
Pretty
like
much
every
how
pub
most
game
Queens
ever.
games go.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we're gonna wrap this up real quick. Let's get your final thoughts on this. Starting off with Kelman, who do you think is going to be in the finals for the internationals? Give me your two teams.
Definitely Na'Vi. Past Na'Vi. I'm not looking forward to seeing Alliance. They haven't really done as well leading up to this international as they did.
Punch you.
As they did the international beforehand. Honestly, I'd like to see NAR. I mean, just because I think they're an enjoyable team to watch. Do I think they're going to make it? No. But I would like to see both Na'Vis in the international.
That would be funny, but we've already seen
I'm calling them gnarly.
gnarly. Mick, who do you think are going to be the final two teams in the international?
I'm going to say what I want, because if I keep thinking it might happen. Cloud9, Na'Vi, calling it now.
Cloud9, Na'Vi, Armin.
You're first, folks.
Well, me and Trace are going to agree on one thing. We hope Alliance is going to be in the top 2.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just let you finish.
The second one, I'd honestly like to see Newbie.
Wow. Okay. Tracer.
I am looking to see some gameplay from Alliance. I just haven't been able to watch them, so I don't know what they're at. At the moment, though, I'm going with DK.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one now is kind of up in the air, though, for me. I'd have to give it to somebody that I've seen recently. EG, I guess, right now, since they just stomped everybody else that was just mentioned.
Yeah.
But they lost Fear.
Yeah. I'm going to say...
Even without Fear, they stomped everybody else.
That's true. DK and Cloud9 for me. Guys, you want to go ahead and wrap this up? Go ahead and say goodbye for me.
Just picture it. Dendi Pudge, Sing Marana.
Oh,
Game
God.
over. Have a good day.
All right.